This video is for the web design assignment number 1 that goes with chapter 1 of the HTML book. We need to create a website for a restaurant offering 3 specials for lunch. So the things that need to be on our website, we need the title in the head section. We need a heading 1 with the restaurant name, subheadings for the 3 special options, prices for meals, descriptions of meals, ordering information such as phone, fax number, delivery, things like that, etc. And then your name on the website somewhere as well too. So this is worth a total of 40 points. So first thing, let's go ahead and start Notepad, which I have already done. And we need to save this. So if I do File, Save As right away at the beginning, I don't have to worry about doing this later, and I can save it as I go. So I'm going to save this in my web design folder in chapter 1, and I'm just going to call this assignment 1. .html. Make sure you put .html in your file name. So assignment 1.html and save. So one thing that might be helpful is if I drag this to the right of the screen, and then I can drag my instructions to the left side so I can see both of them as I work throughout this. So there's going to be a lot in this assignment that you will get to make up yourself. But when we start this assignment, the first thing we want to type is the HTML tag, and then also our opening head tag as well. And then inside of our head section, we will put our title. And in your title, what you could put would be the restaurant name that you will make up. So I am just going to type restaurant name, but you need to actually come up with the restaurant name for your restaurant, and then end the title tag and end the head tag as well. Remember, the title tag will appear in the tab of your browser. So after our head section is complete, we can do the body. So we have the first thing done here where we need the title in the head section. We also need a heading 1 with the restaurant name. That will be the largest heading, and so we'll put that first, so that will be at the top of our page, easily recognized. Whoops. So I will type H1 tag, put the restaurant name in the middle, and then end H1. So some people get confused because we have the same restaurant name, the same text in the title tag and in the H1 tag. Just know one's actually appearing on your browser page and the other one is appearing in the browser tab on your window. So I have the restaurant name, and then the next thing we need to have are subheadings for our 3 special options. So here's what I would do. I would do like an H2, and I would put special 1, and you can come up with special names for these. I'm going to throw in some extra spaces here and do another H2 and end my H2 tag. And just to show you, I'll show you what this will look like in the browser. So I have lots of different folders open right now. But if I go to my web design chapter 1 folder, and if I open up assignment 1, this is what it looks like right now. I have my title up here in the browser tab, which is restaurant name. I have my H1 and then my H2 titles as well that are going down. So what I will do next, let me go ahead and get my instructions back up here. The next thing, since I have the subheadings for the 3 special options, I'm going to include the prices for meals and the descriptions of meals. So I will do a paragraph tag, and what I could do is I could type in here the description of the meal, blah, blah, blah. You're actually going to want to type this in, and then I could type in the price at the end and end my paragraph. So then underneath my next special, I would do the same thing. I'd put in a paragraph tag again. I can put in the description of the meal, and then I could put in how much this one will cost, and so on, going on down. So you can create this however you would like to do that. Let me go ahead and just type this one quick. Now, once again, just make sure you're actually giving names, like instead of like description of meal, you're actually typing in what it is. So like my first special could be like chicken strip basket, and then this comes with like 4 chicken strips and a side of fries for $10 or whatever it is. It's kind of expensive. But anyways, that's just an example there as well. So if I were to save this and view it in the browser, so save, refresh, we can see what it looks like here with our spacing. Always good to check that. Another thing we need to have will be our ordering information and then your name. So there's a couple different ways you could go about this here. You could put in another heading. You could do an H2 or you could even do an H3 that says ordering information. And then you could put in a paragraph underneath it that will have that information. However you want to do that, and then at the end you want to put in your name, which you can do however you want to with whatever heading you would like to use or a paragraph tag. That's really up to you. There's a lot of these assignments are a bit open-ended where you get to make your own decisions on these types of things. And then at the end, I'm going to close my body and close my HTML. And I'm going to save. So this will have like all the required information if you actually typed out the stuff. It will look similar to this, so it will run down the left side of the page like this. But right here in Notepad is the basic layout and structure of what you need to have to create your website. Make sure you actually type in information. I mean, you can be as creative as you want to with the meals, but make sure you're saving it and viewing it in the browser. An example of something that could go wrong, let me do like this, would say if I forgot to close this H2 tag, let me save it and then view it in the browser. You can see my next line is going to also be with a heading 2. So when you see those things and you check it in the browser more frequently as you go throughout it, it's just easier to fix those mistakes rather than looking through lots of lines of code. And just remember to save it when you're done and that you viewed it in the browser.